How long have you been tattooing for?
I tattooed for 30 years. Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
Couple reasons. Our son passed, and I also had eye surgery, so I just didn't feel as comfortable after that
I got
tattooing, so I quit.
Was it hard to stop?
Yeah, and I still go to the shop a couple times a week and hang out. So
That camaraderie is hard to not have.
It is. It's like a second home,
Yeah.
You get used to being there and dealing with the customers and stuff, so it's fun.
What was it like 30 years ago to be a woman in the industry?
Really different than it is today. I was just talking to a couple of young girls today, and I said, you guys have to appreciate where you are now because it was a way different environment 30 years ago. It's a lot rougher, harder to get into the business. I was fortunate because I was married to Dana, so that was my in. He taught me to tattoo. But yeah, it was a different game back then.
Every time I see you guys at shows and stuff, it seems like you guys are like a true team.
Yeah, we've been married. Our anniversary's in just a few days, and it'll be 54 years we've been married. So
Cool.
he's tattooed 52 years, and then, like I said, I was a stay-home mom for a long time till our son was like 12, and then I started learning to tattoo, and then our son learned to tattoo not long after that. And he worked with us for 25 years. So
It was a family business.
it was a family business. Yeah, it was like I said, it was hard for a female to get into the business back in the old days unless she were married to a tattooer or the daughter of a tattooer.
What's the most painful tattoo you've gotten?
I don't have I've got some stuff on my rib cage, so I always say rib cage, and I know from experience from tattooing, rib cage is not a fun place. So yeah.
Was it so much different being a tattooed female, like getting tattooed?
Yeah, different. It's totally different nowadays, and it's so much more acceptable. So many more females have total body coverage now than back then. Early in this century, there were the sideshow freaks that went on the sideshow circuit that were tattooed females, and they made really good money. So they were smart.
Yeah.
During the Depression when people were barely making money to eat.
Yeah.
Then Artoria Gibbons was in a sideshow and making really good money with Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and very respected.
Yeah.
It wasn't a weird, freaky thing back then. It was like something that people were, of course, enamored with and drawn to because of the circus life, but totally different thing.
You start to see like a lot more tattooed models that are very well
Right.
respected
Yes.
and like prominent business owners. You know?
Yeah.
Which is
It's
super cool.
So much more acceptable now. Yeah. Which is a good and bad thing. I like that it's more acceptable, but I also love the mystique and the magic of tattooing when it was an underground thing and not so acceptable, and you were being more of a rebel.
Yeah.
And stepping out of the box.
Now you're kind of a rebel if you don't get tattooed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, which I think that's going to change. At some point, all the children of the people that are tattooed heavily now are going to grow up and say, I don't want that because that's what they're going to revolt.
Yeah.
It always is a cyclical thing.
My little brother's 18 and he'll never get a tattoo, which is so funny.
Our grandson's 18. He doesn't want any tattoos. He's not into tattooing at all, So yeah, it's a strange thing.
What do you think is the difference between a professional tattoo artist and an amateur?
I hope the people that are getting into it now just aren't drawn into it because of the cool factor, that it's the cool and trendy thing. I hope that they really love it for the art form that it is. And there's room for everybody. I mean, there's, the crazy, amazing, realistic people that do things that don't really look like a tattoo to me, but I have to be amazed at the art. But I love the traditional stuff, and I still love Japanese bodysuits. They're just beautiful. But everybody likes different things. It's an artistic thing. It's whatever you're drawn to.
You guys are keeping like the history of this alive, you know what I mean?
We try to, and we were very fortunate to be. We are always grateful. We say a million times a day, we're so glad we were there when we were, that we had the opportunity to meet people like Artoria Gibbons, Lathan Conley, Paul Rogers. We get to spend time with those people, to actually meet those human beings that you can't even conceive that in this time. And it's totally different. Lyle Tuttle, Philadelphia Eddie, Bowery Stan being friends of ours, knowing Bob Shaw and meeting Burt Grimm, and it's just an amazing thing to be able to say you knew all those people.
And you've collected pieces from them, or you
Yeah.
got to tattoo in the same spaces.
Yeah.
Tattooing was so secretive for so long.
It was.
The history books weren't really written correctly.
People didn't share. Even tattooers didn't share among each other.
You guys fought to keep it alive, and
Yeah.
we appreciate all of you for that.
Oh,
True
cool.
veterans.
Yeah.
But, hey, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
I truly
No
appreciate
problem.
it.